And the intention for Thoughtful Thursday is to have the intention to be intentional today to actually think about the many blessings that we have every day throughout the day that we don't pay attention to because it's kind of like we take it for granted until it's taken from us. So Thoughtful Thursday is basically to remind us that I think, therefore I am. Listen, let me tell you all a story. And this is a true story. I'm telling my age, but I remember being in undergrad and I'm not very good, wasn't, I'm still not good at math, but I was trying to find a way to make my core credits, if you will, for math without having to take like trigonometry and all that kind of stuff. I'm just not good, even in high school. I had some wonderful teachers that really broke it down to me in a way that they made me look here feel smart enough that I could actually, I think, end up being having like a B in geometry or something like that, and pretty decent grade in algebra. But I digress. Hit college time, and I had the choice to take some kind of trigonometry class, thank you, or something like that, and I chose philosophy because somehow uh, that credit that was going to give me the credit that I needed. And not too many things that I remember in philosophy. I like Dr. Kimmerlin. He was awesome. Philosophy at that time was, if I could take it over again, I would, I can honestly say I would embrace it. I would understand it a little bit better. But it just seemed like they were talking about the fallacies and all of that. And it was just sound like Charlie Brown's teacher to me. But there was one philosopher that literally stood out, and it was Rene Descartes. I think, therefore I am. And that was in, gosh, between 1994. But y'all, when I tell you I have used his quote in so many of my sessions for not just in-home therapy, but my spiritual life coaching sessions, that I am so grateful to that philosophy class between the mid 1990 94, because I graduated in 94. Yes, I'm telling my age, and hey, I'm okay with that. I've seasoned well. But with that being said, it kind of inspires me now. And it allows me to share that with others, that it inspires them as well to be intentional when they're thinking, to be really, to have a thoughtfulness, a mindfulness with their actions, with their thoughts, and really think. If you think you're rich, then you are. If you think that you are healthy, then you are. And you have to walk in that. And that's where the Thoughtful Thursday is kind of coming from. Today, of all days, I do all the time now, y'all. And my people will tell you. And for the most part, it's like blinking for me. But it didn't happen overnight. It was a consistent, mindful or thoughtful intent to whatever my circumstances were, they were not me. They did not define me. Um, and the same thing with being thoughtful. When you're thoughtful of other people, I kid you not, the universe responds to that and it thinks of you. So if you send out some positive energy, then more than likely, if you continue in that frequency, then that energy, that vibration will come to you in so many different ways, but we don't really pay attention because we want it the way that we have set it out to be. For example, we have situations where there's an ideal job that you want and you want it. Doesn't necessarily mean that that's the best thing for you, but you want it. So you're determined that that's how you're going to go to the next level through this job. And all of a sudden, you don't get that job or somebody else gets that job. Some people, it will deflate them. Like, you know what? Forget it. I knew that wasn't meant for me anyway. I'm trying to get X, Y, and Z. And because it didn't happen the way X, Y, and Z, I planned it and I wanted it, then it just, be kind of Debbie Downer, if you will. Right? But hey, Yoki, thank you. Hello, thank you so much. Happy Thoughtful Thursday to you. But sometimes what we want, how you doing? Sometimes what we want is not necessarily what we need. And sometimes the universe knows that before we do. And it sometimes allows us to dodge a couple bullets, right? And with that being said, rather than saying, I want that job, the intent to be sent out is, I deserve to be rich, or I know that I am rich. And sending that type of vibration out in the universe, for all we know, with consistency and truly with that mastering of your mindset, the next opportunity for employment that could be brought before you is actually better suited for you in every aspect than the one that you quote unquote wanted. Sometimes what we want and what we need are two different scenarios, two different things. And sometimes, depending on how consistent we are and how steadfast we are in our spirit, that spirit will supersede and send it out in the universe that I think, therefore I am. Like y'all, even though I'm walking to my outreach and whatever case may be, I already know that I have two cars. I've already visualized which ones they are. And every day I send out to the universe that those are my cars. And when I see them, y'all, like the universe were sending me different previous cars that I owned. And I had not, and I've been here for over a year now. I had not seen those cars until last week. And definitely hadn't seen all three of them in the same day. That was crazy for me. But it also made me wink because it's like, you know what? Okay, universe, you hear me talk to you. So I was telling the story of the apartment that I have now. Because I was in the homeless shelter, there's a unrealistic amount of apartments and houses and whatnot that you have to search throughout your time in the homeless shelter to show that even though you're only getting $440 allotment, that you're trying to make a way to get an apartment. Now, the cheapest apartments around here in decent areas like 8, easy, but neither here nor there. I would do what they required me to do, even though it was some bullshit. It was unrealistic. And I went to one place, and when I went to that place, I just knew that that was going to be my next home. I claimed it. I just knew it. And when that didn't come the way it was supposed to, or there was some setbacks or whatever, how you doing? When there were some setbacks and things, hey, how you doing today? Nice to see you. Even when I got that call, the hold on, y'all. There it is. Hey, fishing with Easton. Even when I got that call, the woman even said, I don't know how you got up in here because there were so many that had been waiting for months, had been waiting for weeks and months. And I was like, I told them, it was the universe. It was nobody but my creators. I sent it out. I believe that will happen. And here it is. Because I'm one that I let them know. I know whose I am and who I am. And they have better for me because I'm faithful. And lo and behold, y'all, that's exactly what happened. So listen, I'm going to head on to my outreach, but I just want to put that in your ear. And I'm going to reach back out a little bit later. But for the ones of you that sent that out for that Tuesday and that Monday, I appreciate it. It worked in our favor. Continue to send out positive energy. And I can assure you that if you are consistent with it, it will come back. Your intent has to have to be right. Your mind has to be right, and your heart has to be right as well. You can't be selfish with it. You have to be selfless and also have gratitude. So until next time, I'll share y'all.